Really can't do that to me though. I mean, you know where you are. I don't know where the fuck you are. And yeah, we're live.
Oh, morning.
Is it?
I don't
Is it?
know. I don't know. It's
Well,
better
it's
than yesterday. I'll
morning.
tell you that.
Is it a good one is my question.
It was definitely better than yesterday.
Well, you were very sick yesterday. Otherwise, we would have gone live because we are going to go live on Tuesdays, right, Joe?
Yes.
Well,
But
at
I
least
definitely feel better today.
yeah, you
Took
sound
that
better.
emergency. That was good.
Joe had some errands to do before work, and I thought I had more time because I was looking for something. The only reason we came live because if anybody used to watch us back in the day, then you know what Joe is up to before he goes to work. But I can't find a very specific thing that I wanted to talk about. So I'm just gonna have to use my imagination and describe everything. It's not gonna be a long live anyhow. This is mostly for
Buddy.
making fun of Joe. Joe making fun of
The
the
FBI.
FBI. Making fun of Joe
Man,
making fun of the FBI.
I'm coming
I
up on
love what are you
pretty soon.
already?
Yeah. Got,
I'm like,
yeah.
not even
It's
started.
there. It's traffic is moving kind of okay. So here we go. Coming up on them. All right. Look at that. There's people
Nice and
outside.
loud, Joe. Nice and loud into your phone, towards your phone.
Here we go. Hey, Cash, what are you doing? Sitting on your ass?
What you doing, buddy? Everybody's wondering.
What wants to
Bongino is
see some more
gone.
rabbits, man?
Pam is gone. Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now. You would have to be a fucking moron to have worked for the Bushes, the Clintons, and the Bidens. Wait, I said that wrong, right? The Bushes, the Clintons, and the Obamas, and not know what the fuck was going on in the White House. Bongino knew. Sorry, he was a
Mhm.
bad guy. Not, he was a bad guy from omission. That's what I truly believe. Like, there are some people that are stuck. They can't get out of the situation they're in. Maybe Bongino was really a good guy, knew about some criminal activity. Obviously, he did because he said it in as much in his books, but
Exactly.
couldn't weasel his way out of it. I mean, where do you run? Where do you run when the president of the United States is bad? So I'm not sure. I mean, this is what happened to the Germans. People are like, well, why didn't the Germans step forward? Just like they're saying nowadays, well, why doesn't the good Muslim step forward? Because they're fucking scared shit, dumbasses.
I think everybody's becoming scared shitless. I think they're threatening people with
Yeah.
their lives. That's why they're
Well, the
turning on us. They've got
terror,
to.
terror isn't always physical. Terror is mostly mental. Putting fear, that's what anxiety is, right? This is what I've dealt with most of my life. Now it's more than half of my life. Okay. It's the fear of fear. My girlfriend Beth explained it to me that way because her mother dealt with it. And that's what they came up with. And I totally agree with it. It's the fear of fear. And who said it better? Nothing to fear but fear itself.
That's
Is it
scary.
FDR?
Yep.
Well, he was able to be president and
Not a,
president and president without even getting voted in. Why? Because the cabal voted them in. No wheelchair guy was going to be president. Sorry. If they had known the truth, which many, many did, but they still hit it. Why? Well, maybe their life or their children's life or their wife's life, or their parents' life or their uncle's second neighbor's wife's life was at stake. How did I say that correctly?
Wow. Say that 5 times.
I no,
Good.
not again, no. So, as much as people have this stuck in their head, the Germans really, I mean, what are you supposed to do? They're going to kill my 5-year-old if I try to save that 5-year-old. You can't put a parent in that position. You can't put any human in that position. What life is worth? Life is equally worth the same for everybody. One would imagine. So Joe is driving to work a little early. He's going to sell some cars. You sound so much better, Joe. I can't believe it with 24
Yeah, I
hours
feel a
notice.
lot better.
What what did you end up taking? Didn't you take
Emergency and that Dayquil. And I took NyQuil last night, the pills, and then Dayquil this morning. So
I don't really take anything, but so I don't if
excuse
I'm
me.
sick, I go to the vitamins.
Yeah.
Oh, my husband's been getting Boost, and I asked him if he could change it because Boost is made by Nestle. I don't trust Nestle. But then again, RFK is now in charge, and so that because vitamins make me sick. I don't know about, I've heard it from other people, some of my girlfriends specifically. Like a lot of things make me nauseous. My pills, anything that dissolves in my stomach. But vitamins for sure. So this boost that he's getting actually works. That and I'm drinking the rest. My stepson left a while back and he took a box of Rev 7. That's from My Pillow. I don't like the flavors too much, but it works. Rev 7. Like I feel like I'm trying to cut down on caffeine. Taking more water in, which is crazy for me because I always thought I took enough water in. Now I'm drinking 4 to 5 bottles like a day almost. Four, at least four. But that boost certainly works. But they didn't have it, did they, Joe?
No.
Did you get it today? Weren't you supposed to get it today?
No, it comes today. It hasn't arrived yet. It'll come later on today.
I found out. Now, you guys don't have Winn-Dixie in New Mexico. Oh,
Did you
that
not?
reminds me. I gotta ask you. But Winn-Dixie here in Florida is now, you can now order through Amazon and it will be there
Wow.
same day delivery. I know. I just I find out the weirdest shit. I love people that find out weird shit. I love stuff like that. I don't know. Well, that it's not weird, obviously, but I like getting the. I mean, I you've seen it with wholesale foods and stuff, but I never thought that it would be so local that Amazon would take it over. So it is kind of it's coming to where it's going to be one big machine. Amazon's going to control all the mail. Mail is not going to be federal.
No.
It's not going to be federally run. Why should it? Who cares? Joe,
I don't think
when
it's
did
going to
you
be.
tell me, Joe? When did you tell me, Joe? I took very clear note of this. That gas went down. Do you remember?
It was last
Gas
week.
price.
Yeah. It
It
was
was
last week,
Monday.
I believe. Yeah, okay,
It was
Monday.
either Saturday because you didn't go in Sunday,
Mhm.
or it was
Or Sunday.
Monday. And I could have sworn it was Saturday because I remember other people bringing it up, and I'm like, well, it must have gone down. Well, and I'm looking at prices by the border,
Yeah.
and a lot of gas prices started going down before Tuesday by the border, including you. Joe literally told me when he was driving to work. Now that was either Saturday or Monday, but both are before Tuesday. Why? Because we're watching an effing movie. It's already been done. Iran was already saved. It takes years and years and years to creep democracy in.
Well, they keep saying that, Trump said that he obliterated their navy, but yet they keep saying they close the strait. How do they close the strait
The
if they don't
strait's
have any
not
ships?
closed. I was watching
Exactly.
Brian this morning. I
It's
knew it
not
too.
closed.
I knew it was all a lie, but
Yeah,
I
it's all
never
a
believe
lie.
anything I hear. Brian Craig said it
All a
was
lie.
true, and I know it's true.
Yeah. Don't believe any of it.
No,
They're not in
exactly.
control. They're not
It's
in
all
control.
freaking lies. They've been lying since day one, and that's the
Leftist
fucking
lies.
truth that Trump is trying to show us. And
Yeah.
you have minions of libtards,
Yeah.
minions of them.
They call them leftist lies.
I keep
So,
saying, I
all
was
right.
surprised to learn left in Latin means sinister.
Yep.
Who, who would want to be on the left side of politics with a word like sinister being in its original name? Maybe not original, but
Okay.
that's another
I
thing we're
gotta
gonna have to
interrupt
talk
you. I'm
about.
gonna go.
All
So
right,
I'll talk
buddy.
to you guys later. Have a great day, everybody. Love y'all. You better believe it.
Yeah, he's really kicking ass. All right, Joe.
Take care.
Later, Gator. That reminds me also that, oh, let me make myself smaller. Oh, please. I'm very bright today. Blowjob lips. Okay. So it also reminds me that the other day, well, when was it? Like a week, wasn't the other day, maybe like a week and a half ago already. We did a live called Hydraulic Egypt and Whales Ashore. Whew. They took it down. In the very beginning, I played a part with that Mama Helen gave to me with I always forget her freaking name. Raquel Welch, like Welcher, okay, and Cher. This I found on Instagram and Facebook. I'm sure it's on Rumble, but YouTube does not like it. It made them angry. I don't buy that. The good guys are in control. Okay. I also asked on that video, Q, am I doing something wrong? Like, am I? Let's see. We talked about Egypt and the hydraulic system, which no. Where's the water? Wait, did they move the oceans? It was before Noah? I gotta remember that too. It's another subject. Thinking of the petrified giants. There's something in Pompeii. What happens in Pompeii? I really want to know the physical science of what how they fermented, how they petrified themselves in that position. Now, they're getting hit with lava. You'd figure that the human body would melt or something. Am I wrong? So something happened. What was it? Lava and then rain? So if these trees buttes that we've gone over before, I don't mean to jump around, but I don't want to forget this. Or giants were hit with these fireballs, and then Noah's flood happened. Maybe we would get those petrified trees, buttes, giants, and I found one today, not today, it was yesterday, of an elephant on an island. It's the shape of an elephant. The whole island. I have it. I'll share it next time, or I'll put it in the community. And and this one guy says, "Oh, IA is great, isn't it?" I'm like, first of all, it's AI. Like what? I mean, people, that's not even a common mistake because how can it be? Because AI hasn't been out long. IA. Secondly, look it the fuck up. How could you say this is what the libtards do constantly? They'll put down something like Mike Lindell's My Pillow. I said it the other day. I'm using it right now. I'm sitting on fucking My Pillow. I don't lie. It's not like, I mean, I'm not gonna die for this product, but holy shit. The thing is, they never. How are you gonna complain and say that Mike Lindell's pillow and towels and shit is bad? Meanwhile, you never used it. You never tried it. This is what the libtards do. They only parrot what they hear, or they make it up, or they lie. Now it's become more than a disease, more than TDS. It's become terrible. And where does that word terrible come from? Terror. Liberals are causing terror. They are anti-American. That's that's it. And for fuck's sake, motherfuckers, we ain't listening to you no more. We don't even care. You give a shit about Iran or Pakistan or whatever one day, and then not the next. Meanwhile, they're marrying 9-year-old girls and raping the shit out of them. Good for you, libtards. I voted for a man that I was hoping in 2026 I'd be able to say cured the Middle East of the diseases and wretchedness of the foul unprogressiveness. There's no philosophy. It's not even a religion to rape a 9-year-old. Have you ever seen a 12-year-old pregnant? For fuck's sake, you should be ashamed. God, it just drives me crazy. Going back to the hydraulics, I also brought up in that live, so I'm not sure if I'm going to make it into a video. I'm not sure if it's worth it. It actually had a few views. I don't understand. Why the hell not tell me to cut it, edit it? Hello, YouTube. You offer editing tools. How about this? Liberally challenged. We're going to take down your video unless you edit this out. How fucking moronic. Or I'm getting the attention of people that don't want me to get out there. I just don't understand it. Because the other part of that hydraulic Egypt episode was also about the whale that came ashore in New York City. Again, a whale that pops up in New York City that was about 2.5 hours away from Plum Island. I am so terrible with geography, but okay. So Long Island, there's Plum Island, which is where they do all the crazy shit, genetics and stuff, probably cloning, because you can't do half this shit without having some kind of cloning technology. I mean, for the entomology. For the bugs in general, you need to know how to clone. Plum Island, the whale came inshore. This is the rest of the land. Supposedly, since 2011, where there was only 5 a year of whales seen, which I have never heard in my life, there are now hundreds because of the clean waters. I swear by the Hudson River water. I swear. You, I, alcohol, coffee, water. I mean, except for this new thing, the boost, to take my vitamins, I don't drink nothing else. And I don't drink alcohol anymore. So it's coffee, water. I know my water. The Hudson River has and had always the best water. So why are they saying now? That's a fact. I guarantee if I Googled it, if you Google it right now, it will say it. I mean, you go to England and they fucking warn you in the hotel room. Hey, American, make sure to boil that water. When you take a shower, you're gonna smell like rotten eggs. You're gonna smell worse. Yep, that's what sulfur does. So I don't understand that whole thing unless they had them caged and was getting them impregnated over there. They had the whole open water. They could have had them netted in. They said the one that washed ashore was hit by a vessel. It was vesselized or something they called it. I don't know. I've captained a ship once or twice in my life. I literally have. But I mean, I've never heard of this before. And so it means it was hit and killed by a ship and eventually came to shore. It may have been. I didn't see it. I didn't see any open. I don't remember seeing open wounds on it, but there was only one or two main pictures of it. Oh shit, my coffee's leaking. This blue one, that's why the husband doesn't use this blue cup. I gotta order more. Two blue cups, but he seems to not like either blue cup. Now I know what. No, I'm kidding. So what I'm saying is that, oh dang it. Thank God this is the old phone still. I got my got my new phone. I haven't even freaking touched it yet. I have so much work to do. Um, I- I'm just thinking because whales. Okay. Whales, blubber, probably used for a lot of stuff, I'd imagine, probably some sort of even oil or electrics or heating or I don't know. And then you have the ambergris, ambergris, which at one smell smells like rotten shit, and at the next smell smells beautiful. They use it in perfumes. Ambergris, I think that's the word. The huge, beautiful creatures, where the fuck did they come from? I'm not saying that it has to be Plum Island and that may listen. I just want to know why they really took down that video. Was it really because I said that Cher is a dude and that little short video of them singing I'm a woman is it from the 60s or 70s or something? You're gonna fucking take it down? Are you serious? Isn't there some kind of fucking what do they call it? You know, set oh God, I have it at the tip of my tongue. Oh, my husband would know it. Where there's a time limit of where they could stop me from putting it up. I had one of the ladies, Candy Ace. Candy Ace. I hope she didn't leave the group. I know a couple people left because I blocked them and they left right away. But I hope, Candy, I hope you didn't leave. I know. Believe me, I know. How do you know all this? I understand you're an artist. I am a fucking awesome artist. Because it's not because I'm just an artist, right? It's because of the way I went about it. Like my whole life is kind of like rounded into this kind of fucking field. I have been doing this longer. Well, no, I've been an artist much longer. I think I started taking art lessons in second grade, Mrs. Yurio. at her home. She was my second grade teacher. Mom sent me to her, and I would, oh man, she one day, I was, I think I was drawing a bowl of fruit, which is the basic still life, right? And I went up to show her, and she was drawing men and women nudes on clouds, like something Michelangelo would do. It was stunning. I could do this now, but but not her way. My way is a bit different. I'm very soft when I draw. I'm not really a drawer. I paint, and I could be a very heavy painter. I have done finger paintings where people think that I've used like 10 different brushes. Like, no. But I'm a rounded art. I mean, I also know tools, measurements. I was first in my place for women non-traditional work. Uh, it was it was a 6 or 8 week program. I went there after work every day, and I kicked ass. You can't imagine those big girls I went up against, but when you have the all around. Now, I'm not trying to pat myself on the back, but if you don't go and read my resume, I don't know what else, that's pretty much what I'm trying to do is give you, I mean, I ran buildings, my father's own building. I became the super for. I always was. I mean, and I think I don't know, the way I grew up, I was not a good kid. I learned very fast, and I learned not to trust people very fast. Like, I think that's what I'm trying to get at, right? Like I had a girlfriend, Kimmy. I'm still friends with her. This is 40 fucking years later, right? We're still friends on Facebook. We call each other sister still. I mean, I don't know her as much as I used to, obviously, but I was friends with her, and mom was friends with the family. They worked at a store that if like a Banana Republic dress had a stitch missing, it would go there and it would be $500 less. I mean, we'd all go shopping there. And so everybody knew Kim and her mom, and because her mother and father worked at this store. Um, oh, I used to love shopping. But anyhow, her mother came up to me, Carolyn, can you babysit Kim? Barely a year older than Kim. What? But I knew. I knew why. As much trouble as I got in, I always stayed out of, I always got out of it too. And she was like, I will give you, $10. Just take her, hang out with her, make sure she doesn't get into trouble. Well, you can even ask her yourself. I can't. I can't. We're gonna hang out, with the people that we know. And I get told, she's gonna get beat up. Now I'm hanging around with about 50 or 60 friends. They're all friends. 30 or 40 of them belonged in our kind of group. The other ones, they were friends with us, but they weren't from the neighborhood, let's say. They come, they don't like something she said. Mind you, I'm 13. She's 12. Kimmy, run. What can I do? What could I do? Kimmy, fucking run now. I could see it. I can't tell you they stopped traffic, all of them running after her. They didn't catch her. I got her in time to get her. They didn't bother me. I was like the peace. They never bothered me. Nobody was gonna say nothing to me. I don't know why. Because I beat the shit out of them. I don't care. Well, it was this was a very weird situation on top of it. It was very strange. But she made it home. I mean, this is the style of shit that I grew up with at a very young age. I mean, I wasn't just babysitting, all right, which I did too. I also was tutoring at like 10 years old. I was marking dad's students' test papers, and I was years younger than them. I couldn't believe the way they wrote. I mean, I did the ABCD answers. Don't get me wrong, I didn't do the English, but I could read it. And I had a boyfriend in dad's class, and I'm like, oh, Jesus, that's public school. Too bad dad didn't get them while they were younger. He took seventh and eighth grade. I don't know how it works in a lot of, but we would have 1 through 8 in Catholic school, which I went to. Most of like most of us started in kindergarten, so we all knew each other from kindergarten because it was in the same school. And even a ton of us went to the same preschool, and I dropped out of that preschool. Anyhow, Candy, I don't know what to tell you. Um, but I did say it that I'm not saying everything I put up I believe in. I can't always write what I'm thinking of. Oh, right, that went up last night. That is Helen of Greece and Denmark. That's Helen of Greece. So who was the original Helen of Greece? You do understand Helen of Greece is old, 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 right? Something is not right in our, well, there's a lot of things not right in our history. I didn't mean to go on about myself, but I really don't know what else to say because I'm not saying I told like this trip, I'm not sure if I believe it or not. There's a lot of people that do not believe in either of them. I was on, and that's what I told Candy. I was on even with Benny Johnson, and I said it right here. Tens of thousands of people in Benny's chat asked who's going to tell Benny the truth. Who's going to tell Benny? And that's only in Benny's chat. And they had thousands of likes. I'm looking at them. Now, some of them, of course, are the same people. But I'm not, but still, how many of us don't believe and why? Now, look at this. I'm sorry, but what? Now, I've seen this a couple of times now. Would you go on something that dropped off before it launched? Like, I don't know, like, a roller coaster chair. Hey, come on this ride, but that roller coaster chair just dropped off. Now, I do understand it's already in motion, the rocket. I don't believe that's supposed to happen. That don't look right to Mama. No, 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 no. This is the one. Now, her face is fat. I'm sorry. Her face is almost so fat, it's manly. This Christina. Her name Koch goes against almost everything we know now, except for like Ed Koch from New York, who was a fantastic mayor. So we're led to believe. God, I hope please tell me he was one. Please tell me he was a good one. He was asexual, man. He never married. I don't, I wonder. I think he loved people regardless. I don't know. Trump wouldn't know. They part their hair the same way, very similar styles, considering one's 40 years ago. I know she's not Irish, this lady, this Koch. Let me see if I have it. Yeah. Because she's got an Orthodox picture right there. You know how I know that's an Orthodox picture, right? Because I'm fucking Ukrainian. I have a few of these buttes myself. We're not Orthodox, or we followed the Pope. We followed the Pope. So, well, maybe my parents knew something too. She's just not, I don't know. She looks different here. She actually looks different here. It's interesting. She brought Mary into space. It's always Mary. I don't know why. And the Madonna. But I mean, come on, the coincidences. And 40 years later. And then Benny Johnson even showed this whole big thing with the green screen, which a lot of people can just, oh, well, let's let a computer glitch. Well, if there's a computer glitch as easy as that on a lunar module, then doesn't it have a problem? Isn't there something else that might build up from that glitch? Sorry, ain't buying it. And I did. I told Charles today I don't believe we went to the moon either time. There's there's no way that that fucking big car, I mean, you guys have to be stupid. Are you stupid? How did the big car get into the module and out of the module? Who filmed them when they first came out? Was there a camera guy already there? Think. What? I mean, this isn't. I always said it. I always said space is a vacuum. The flag wouldn't wave. It waves. Oh, but that's just when they put it in. And no, they acted like fools jumping around on sand, you morons. That's not what scientists do. That's not what engineers do. They don't jump around like little rabbits and play fucking golf. Have any of you watched a Star Trek episode? That is not what they do. They don't go out onto the moon surface playing. Are you fucking fools? I got good friends that believe this crap. Good friends. Got family members. No, 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 no. It did not happen. I cannot. Hey, baby, give me 1 minute. I cannot make a phone call. Oh, I'm not anxious. You want to give me a kiss? Give me a kiss. You want to say hi? You want to say hi? Like, well, okay. He's like, Mama, you're getting very upset. I traveled hundreds of times to New York and back, to New Jersey and back, whatever. And always in the North and South Carolina, there's an hour or so here and there. You cannot get any reception. But Nixon, through the magic of a landline and through some kind of astronaut cellular shit that we never had, he made a phone call to space. It's like it's like the simplest science. It's the first lunar module was not a TARDIS. It did not go through time and relative dimensions in space. It was not bigger on the inside. It did not have double doors for that. They did not have the capability of folding that fucking thing. Are you serious? Remember TVs? Remember beepers? Remember first cell phones? Remember the first cell phones in World War One? World War Two, maybe? Think. My friends, think. Now, does that mean that the second is false? No, I don't know. I'm not there. I can just look. I looked at all four of their. First of all, Jeremy Hansen. And Jeremy Hansen is a good friend of mine. Not the one that went to space, no. But I used to listen to Jeremy all the time. He's in my mega funk. We're friends. What a coincidence. The only difference they spell their last name, my Jeremy spells it with an O. The Jeremy that went up into space spells his last name with an E. I mean, am I supposed to figure shit out somehow? Maybe, I don't know. But, I don't believe in coincidences. And that seems to be a huge one. And I'm sure Jeremy himself knows it. My Jeremy, my friend Jeremy. Now, all four of these astronauts, from Glover to Koch to whoever, there was a few others, they all have the fucking, the one with the weird, they're all weird looking. I don't have them up here. But you can't, there's no way in hell you're gonna tell me that they ain't fucking weird looking. Their faces are fat. Like I said, she looks a lot different. I understand her head is turned. But listen, first of all, where's the fucking American flag if Trump was in on this? Why is this picture of Koch so romanticized? Do you see the difference, ladies and germs? Because I sure fuck do. Okay? That's not American. That's TV. Or as Joe and I just learned, drama. Theater. ASL. Sign language. Sorry. The whole background drop. Let's look serious. Meanwhile, and she doesn't even have, what is that? What is that wry smile she has? Look it up. Stupids. I don't believe in this either. I'm about 80% sure. Maybe 90. Bullshit. Bullshit. Sorry. And then the whole thing that Benny Johnson found with the chrome key. I have it here. Guys, Trump is speaking like Patton, his daddy. They killed his daddy and rescued him. They killed his daddy. I don't believe the story of the drunk soldiers, and neither should you. I think Patton had too much wit, too much. And then he survived and died, I believed. I believe. And like he didn't die like of old age and cripplage, being hurt from the accident. I think he survived it and just there were strange things around Patton, but of course at that time we didn't have as much devices, as many devices as we do now. Praise to Allah. Well, yeah, he's saying that to the people of Iran that are Muslim, right? But you see, Iran was not Muslim. I don't want to go into that because there's a big, big, long history of all the Middle East, Iran being one of them. They turned Muslim like, I looked it up a couple, 7th century. It was 7th century AD. Yes. Think about that. Why? They had this beautiful philosophy about learning good versus evil. It was a very simple philosophy. And they had this what we would call it, a counselor, an influencer. I can't remember his name. It was like Zoratarian, Zoratarian. And that was their religion for years and years and years and decades and centuries or whatever. They dressed in beautiful outfits. So when he says praise Allah, he is mocking the Muslims that are there because they're also cabal. Because it's not just the Jews. The Zionists are not just Jews. I've said it a billion times. They are Khazarian. They are inbred. They are hand-me-downs to the family. I've been posting it as much as I can about inbreds. All right. Now, the biggest word that Patton ever said was bastards, crazy bastards or something. I mean, come on. I didn't even have to look it up. I knew it. But I think I actually, wait, I might have. Patton's opening statement. Now I want you to remember that no bastard ever won a war by dying for his country. You won it by making the other poor dumb bastards die for their country, right? But there's a lot of other times that he just cusses. That's his daddy. I mean, seriously, every time that I saw a meme, some bitch posted, and I'm sick and tired. That's why I'm cussing a lot. And my husband's gone, so I feel like being mean and rude and upset. No, I'm kidding. Somebody posted, well, Trump's family hasn't been in the military ever. It's like 150 years. Now, this I've never seen before. They usually go after Barron, as if a 19-year-old, he's in college. That's what most of these kids do these days. My nephew just did it. I know tons of others. Actually, my nephew's younger sister, we're not related, but she just got a scholarship to some kind of astro engineering school. 75 grand. Good going, Sarah. Good going, hon. Smart girl, smart girl. Oh, she's half Muslim. You know, I don't think she cares when she's chomping down on sausages. I really don't know. Um, she's just bright. So I don't believe that what we're hearing when Trump says, getting back to the 150 years, sorry. Um, well, no, I said, you go look at a good picture of Patton and get back to me. Go do that. Because when I teach, I'm trying to be funny. Ah, and I mean it. I fucking mean it. You go to, I said, not only was Trump adopted, but he's serving now. His whole family seems to be serving now. And the way Barron was treated since he was 13 years old or so, fuck you. He had enough of your shit. Fucking morons. 150 years, my ass. That girl, Anne Michelle, that I follow, she says that this is fake. I believe her. I don't mean the picture, even though the picture is fake, because this literally says AI created. I was wondering why he was wearing a green jacket at first, and then I see all the way up here, AI created. All right, so this is supposedly the pilot. Well, this was all done in a movie. I posted it somewhere. She put the movie up. I can't fucking follow everything. That's why I try to post as much as I can and get back to it if I can. Everything, Charlie Kirk's death followed Snake Eyes, the movie, to a T. And people are still like, duh, 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 duh. I'm sick of it. I'm showing you that Cher is a male because of his anatomy. Duh, duh, duh. It's, you can't, and I love how mega are like, well, the liberals aren't waking up. And meanwhile, the conspiracists are like, well, MAGA ain't waking up. Cause she ain't. Because if you're buying this bullshit that was written in a book 10 or 15 years ago, it's the only one that went down. One pilot's missing now. I'm sorry, I could have wrote it better myself. There was something else I wanted to say. There was the 150 years. There was something else that came up to mind. Ugh. I do take notes, but um look, look at that. Hasbergen breeding and why? And they explain why. They want to control of land and land and land. So they decided that they couldn't let any other family have it. Sounds like a power trip, don't it? Sounds like something that may have gone on in Israel and Iran and other Middle Eastern places. That was the thing. Aramaic. Jesus spoke Aramaic. That's another thing we got to go over. Oh, it's coming to the fact where I am believing that America is the holy country. That is crazy. Africa shouldn't be bigger than America. The Bible states how many outlets are in the Nile River, and it doesn't add up to the Nile River, but it does add up to the Mississippi River. We're finding ancient relics from over 1,300 years ago, 13,000, pardon me, 13,000 years ago. Jesus spoke Aramaic. That one got to me. You know who speaks Aramaic? We do. Our English is probably the crudest, or maybe the Germans speak, because the German and English are the same. Kommen Sie hier. Schnell. Kommen Sie hier. Come here now. It's very similar. But if Jesus spoke Aramaic, why would he have done so in the Mideast? Why would it have been in the Western civilization like Britain or here? Aramaic. Me and Mama Helen, we love our anagrams. Hoping, I don't know if anybody's on. I'm not paying attention to the chat. Sorry. Not in the mood. No, I'm kidding. I get very, when John's gone, I always get all freaking huffy. Believe me, the day poor Joe was up with me until um almost until John had to leave that morning. He left at like 4:30 in the morning. Joe's 2 hours behind, so but he's coming back tomorrow. Anyhow, Aramaic. Mama Helen, our anagrams came in handy. Aramaic, America. The only difference is an A and an E. I find that crazy. I don't know. We've been lied to. That we know. So this Dr. Gregor, because Jay asked me, he was in the Guardian in the newspaper for stating QAnon crap. What people don't believe. I don't know why it's so hard to believe this. And what I found interesting, because I have never seen this post before until I put it up myself, right? This I believe, okay? I mean, all of this, all right? President Trump and the US military NSA submitted Israel years ago. Yes. Yes. And it's funny that he says the NSA because I have said since the beginning it was the NSA that the good guys took over first. Q got in the NSA. Maybe it was the easiest thing to infiltrate. CIA, FBI. No, they got in the NSA. And I said that they had control right after 9/11. Unfortunately, they were trying, I bet, because there were telephone calls, there was recordings of people saying that 9/11 was going to happen prior to it happening. If you don't believe in the Rothschilds, you're stupid as shit. That's what I'm going to tell you from now on. The Windsors, the Panziers, or whatever the fuck the fucking French fuckers are named. The Rockefellers. They're all related. And they kept it in the family, just like the Habsburgs, so they could keep power and money. Does this not make sense? And why would they have stopped then, my friends? Okay, so the Habsburgs were they were going they were parts of Spain. I forgot actually. I didn't end up watching the whole thing, to be honest. So they just stopped there. They stopped 300 years ago, 200 years ago. Why? It seemed to have worked. They caused the stock market crash. I mean, Trump and Putin and Z, whatever the hell his name is, are working together. Maybe. Yes, I believe so because conspiracists and most of us believe that Putin was already compromised. A lot of these people have been compromised, taken out of picture and an actor put in. And that Putin, I'm not sure about China. Seems like Japan is on a roll, but Putin is supposed to have a specific constitution given to him that is going to affect all of Europe. America is going to has our constitution, which is going to be updated, or we believe has already been updated. It's just, well, it has to have been because you can't get away with what Trump's getting away with. There are some things that I caught that I'm like, well, and I'm thinking, well, they could have just updated the Constitution, not told any of us, still following the law, and is supposed to cover the Latin America, Canada, and probably Greenland and wherever else. And I don't even mean just common, common rights. I mean actual. I'm not saying they'll become part of the US. I'm saying that their country will follow the Constitution as we do. And then their lower governments, they do what they will. So everything that this psychiatrist, doctor, because Jay asked, so I did find out, makes all the sense in the world to me. Although I'm surprised, I don't know how old this is, but by now I'm sure he knows that the Khazarians and Zionism is just a fluffy word. Okay, that's what it is. It's a fluffy fucking word. And yes, they're all being uh, shown for their crimes against humanity. Yeah. So it doesn't really say that autism, but that's what it is. Fluoride causes autism. Like if you Google it or something, it definitely causes bone damage. Now, even though it's supposed to help strengthen teeth and put enamel back on the teeth, brushing your teeth also takes off that enamel. So it's like that's what I've been told. Do I know? I don't know. I mean, do I know for a fact? I'm not a dentist. Um, and I do believe fluorides cause cancers because it just doesn't make sense that all these cancers are popping up. It has to be more than just our foods and chemtrails and whatever else. We can't live without water. The smartest thing for Satanists to do is to poison our fucking water. I mean, people, this is it drives me crazy how many people are just not awake yet. Oh, what was the other thing? Oh, the same people that think the earth is flat. No, no. What was it? Oh, that think we didn't go to the moon, believe in aliens. I'm like, you just I, you caught the wrong person's attention. I said, I wrote my piece and I said, I hope I woke you the fuck up. You know how many people come back to me? Not many. Not many. They don't because they're afraid to answer me. You know why? I know my shit. And if I don't know it, I will clearly tell you I do not know. Because liars, I do believe in vibrations and shit. Liars will never win. They cannot, it's in their voice. Like I could curse as much as I want, but I'm being truthful. I'm not negative. Even when I curse, it's positive. Because fuck those bastards in Iran that fuck those little kids. I'm actually being positive. You hear me? There's a difference. You might not see it, but it's the Brooklyn way. Run, Kimmy, run, Run, Kimmy. I'll never, I was fucking 13. I'll never forget that. That was just one of the easy. I remember my girlfriend when we were like, she was turning 16. She was a little older than me. And she had nobody, no boyfriend, no date for her own sweet 16. And she was Italian. Italians in Brooklyn, they'll spend thousands of thousands. I mean, I've been to Sweet 16. I set up Sweet 16s with my girlfriend. She worked at a party store. I would help her out a lot. And I would set tables and stuff, help her out like with shit like that. And these people would have like trays of meat. It would be like going to Trump, like a Trump occasion. I'm not kidding. For a Sweet 16, they'd spend upwards of $25,000. That last one I'm thinking of actually was in a golf course in Brooklyn. Speaking of Trump. But I remember she couldn't find a date. I was like, well, I'm like one of the guys. I was always like that. I was always like one of the guys. I said, well, come. I'm not even kidding. Come over to my friend Todd's house, which I was into. Me and Todd we were dating on and off for a while. I don't know what you call it. Um, and you can have your pick of the litter because I hung out with men, groups, gangs. These kids were a little better than the most. Uh, and she did. She came and there was like 8 or 9 of them. She picked Jeff. She picked Jeff. I remember Jeff. And I think she dated Jeff for like 4 years. Because people grow up. I was already 16 at that point, almost 16. So by 17, 18, if I told you the real story of how I liked, you guys would never believe me. You would never believe what I did or almost did. But that's when my life changed. I said, "Oh, I went the right way." So did the Earth in 2012. Let's see. This is it. This is Benny Johnson's quote fake. I'm surprised only me and a couple other people liked it, probably Joe. I mean, I don't, I don't really want to play it. Um, but that looks like AI to me. All right, because that is AI. Thinking about it, I watched it, but I didn't even think of it. But that's totally AI, guys. I could see it with my eyes closed. Yeah, that was AI. So why Benny is clickbait now. I hate this kid. I never really liked him. Sorry, Benny. You're a piece of shit. But um so are most people that think that they're, shit don't stink. So that's the key chrome. That's where they're saying the green screen came in. Letters are back. I gotta say, I that's pixelation right there. Guys, I would have to take a really I need a better picture too. I can't go off of a picture off of a picture off of a picture. It's just although what we're watching is a play within a play within a play, I guarantee it. I was gonna go over the Titanic too, man. I don't think I got time for that. I mean, I'm freaking tired. Isn't this great? I love it. Does it say something? I thought it said something else. Oh, that's from Benny too, unfortunately, but I don't care. That is perfect. Looks like I'm Oh, I don't need to put up. Did Joe put something up? Good, Joe. See some. See, I know it comes out as me. It's not supposed to. Joe is supposed to come out as Joe, but he does not. I don't know why. That's why he puts Joe B. Just to tell you guys. Um, Not that I care if you think I'm Joe or Joe thinks I'm me. Now, guys, come on, right? Let's look at the rest of these. Uh-huh. See, it was easier back then because there was less pictures. It was black and white. Look at how easily she covers her collarbones. Excuse me. He with those big ass pearls. That's what they do. Come on. Are you serious? That's why we get Lady Gaga. Queen Latifah, I know she made a mistake. 'Well, she is gay, but she's not tranny. I mean, who buys this? You see how it covers? Everything covers correctly. You can't see, and you could see right there. That is a male clavicle. I'm becoming more and more familiar. Oh, I could see through it. I couldn't believe when I saw Erica Kirk. I'm sorry. You don't want to believe that Erica Kirk was a little boy growing up? It's not this, it wasn't the actor. It wasn't the actor. Yeah, the Hillary one. It's going up later, I think. I think that's it for this. Lara Trump came out. Michael J. Fox did not die, guys. I forgot who posted. CNN posted fake. Well, do they have it already? Oh, let me look under F. He's filed under Fox. Oh, yeah, here it is. Can you imagine they have his lifetime of work and an article ready, and he's not even, I can't. How sinister. But it's a dead giveaway that everything is planned by the left, by the left media. It's all planned already. That's a giveaway right there. This is not the first mishap they've done. Dewey won presidency, but he did not. Good post, Joe. Good posts. I like some Joe's posts lately. Now, these guys, I'll tell you something. They all look inbred. That's what I'm just gonna say that. There's somebody's, it seems to me like, hey, if they can't fit into a regular part somewhere, let's stick them as an astronaut because people think alien and astronaut. I don't know what they're thinking, but like the four chubby-faced astronauts and one with I'm like not buying that. They don't look real to me. They don't look right. They don't look like people. I don't know what to tell you. I'm going to study them more, but I don't think I need to. There's something wrong, just like there was with Jim Carrey that went to the Caesar event is to get that award in Paris. Are you fucking serious? Everybody knew it wasn't him, except for the people that were supposed to buy it, that it was him, or the people in on it. I I I can't even fathom. What were they thinking interviewing him? Well, your mask is moving, buddy. By the way, I had Pompeo in a mask. What happened to Pompeo? I'll show you that one another date and time. These people, look at this guy. I'm so sorry that none of them look right. Not even the black dude. Not even, he looks a little better here. His head is elongated, which, I mean, I'm not saying things like this don't happen to regular human beings. But, I mean, take a good look at this fucking quirky guy. He's got that eye apart thing. That's an actual thing where their eyes are that far apart. I think like 3% or 5% of the world has that. I do you buy that these people look like astronauts with like this little toy rocket next to them? Do those look like they're gonna protect those helmets? Do they look like they're gonna protect them from space? God, I don't always believe everything I pitch, but I will absolutely tell you when I do. And I don't believe in the Challenger. And I'm 80% sure we did not go, maybe even 90% sure we did not go to the moon either time. How much money did they get when the Challenger exploded? Was there insurance on it? Because I'll tell you something. Yeah, I've been doing a lot of work, guys. If you're looking at my screen, there is a lot. Like I have these beautiful pictures of the moon. Uh, the dark side of the moon. I gotta study it more. Um, but really, I wanted to actually go on about the Titanic because now that I'm talking about insurance. And then after this, I think we'll call it quits. Let's do a little funny here because we like our funnies. What's the difference between Bill Clinton and the Titanic? I think Joe told this one a long time ago. But once a good joke, always a good joke. They know how many went down on the Titanic, right? Okay, let me. Now, these are the people that I had forgotten that day that that girl Linda was asking me. It wasn't Esther. I mean, Isaac Asimov. That's who said it was. I am sorry. I am not infallible. I make mistakes just like any human. So Guggenheim, Strauss, of Macy's department, right? I thought it was Macy and Gimbel's, but Strauss, isn't he jeans, denim? I I should have looked that up. Sorry. And John Astor, who was the inventor, right? The wealthiest men in the world were all killed when it sank, the Titanic. Those three men were the main opposition. Now, Guggenheim has a museum, people. These are wealthy fucking people. And of course, they had family or whatever. I'm sure they left their millions to. Those three men were main opposition of the creation of the U.S. Fed by April 1912. Oh, and I did look this up. I might not have checked all of them, but I checked basics. Make sure that it's fitting. By April 1912, all opposition to the Federal Reserve was eliminated. In December 1913, the Federal Reserve came into being in the USA, controlled by the Illuminati bankers. The Rockefellers, the Rothschilds. Um, how coincidental. Just the same with Israel. There was the CIA, Israel, and then the Mossad in that order, year after year. I mean, and nobody thinks these things. I don't. Uh, when I was talking about insurance, this came to mind. So the owner of the Titanic was J.P. Morgan. Did you know that? I did at one point. I found out at one point. J.P. Morgan last minute did not board his Titanic, his own fucking ship. Larry Silverstein. You see, I always say Silverman. Sorry. There's a handful of Jewish names that circulate. Last minute did not go to his twin towers. Both men received the largest insurance payouts in all of history. That's why I was asking about the Challenger. Does NASA have insurance? Because, back then, I think we spent $80 billion of taxpayers' money. I'm talking about the first lunar module land, 80 billion. Now imagine if it didn't go to anything but, a few million of designs and set designs and, characters. What happened to the rest of that money? Don't tell me, because people are evil. They're not good. My kingdom for a good person. My kingdom for us. Just not many. I am not even good. Okay, we're gonna go out soon. This is the fact. This is a fact. Silverstein upped it. I want to say it was the summer. It was like June. I want to say July of 2001. Okay? He upped it to billions or something like that. I have all the information. I do. Do I have it right here? No. Here's another joke. If the Titanic sunk in 2020, sorry, sir. Women and children first. Did you just assume my gender? That's what they want, right? They really want equal rights? This was good. Got this from Patch. Patch, you're always welcome back. Always come back. I'm not going to argue about the flat earth. Of the Titanic, but this time it would have major political implications. Some of the wealthiest men in the world were on that ship, and some were opposed to the Federal Reserve and central banks. Now, I have seen this over and over and over and over and over in the last 10 or 15 years. I always hated the Titanic. I swear to God, my gut is so good. I mean, as an artist, I thought I would like it, and I was like, well, wait a second. Just like Saving Private Ryan, just like any fucking World War II movies, World War One, any Twin Tower movies, right? They're made from a tragedy. In other words, these fucking idiots, instead of coming up with a new idea, is taking something that happened in real life and making billions of dollars off of it. That was my gut. I don't know how old I was when the Titanic came out, but I couldn't watch it. I remember seeing bits and pieces and thinking, like, I want to, but I can't. My gut, man. And obviously, there's more to it than that now. My ex-boyfriend used to say that about Disney. Disney never comes up with anything original. They steal, they take, and they twist and tweak to make it kid friendly when it's not. Morgan funded built the Titanic. JP Morgan was booked on the voyage but canceled the last second. We just saw that. Friend of JP Morgan, Milton Hershey also canceled at the last moment and survived to build the Hershey food empire. I had to think about it. I was like Hershey with an H. Okay. Well, there goes that. And they have that beautiful park in Pennsylvania too, right? God, I love chocolate. I swear I gave up chocolate for I think 8 or 9 days. I had like one chocolate bar in that whole time, and I lost 3.5 fucking pounds. Not even kidding. Girls, you want to lose 3 pounds in a week? Just don't eat fucking chocolate. It's caffeinated. Caffeine slows the metabolism and dehydrates you. So, of course, I know this, but I just don't stop I did this week at least. I did pretty good. Um, there were no red flares on board. Right, there were not enough ships and no red flares. As if we didn't know this by then. The captain didn't. The crew. I guarantee some of them were military. Because that's what they do when they retire from the military. On board to signal to any boats for rescue. Red flares, right? Only white flares that signal a party and everything. So why didn't anybody take a white flare and do something with it? I don't know. Put some fucking dye in it or something. I don't know. But who's gonna see them out there? It was perfect. Do you understand? It's a perfect way. Just like 9/11, who the fuck cares about the rest of the people on the ship? They did not care. They needed to destroy the buildings. They didn't care about the people in the buildings. They probably needed to destroy 200 or 300 people in that building they wanted to get rid of. I'm gonna guess that. They also had to move the gold, which was in building 7. We started catching up with them in 2011. I promise you, 10 years after 9/11, the NSA, Q, yeah. It was the first ship of its kind with the ability to seal decks electromagnetically, which could also seal people below. Kind of, I didn't think of that one. It could seal people below deck. What we do know now is that it's been told from survivors or onlooker, I don't know, that the middle of the ship exploded down below and it cracked in half there. It was going to go down regardless. Just like the Twin Towers did not go down because a fucking airplane hit it. Birds damage an airplane, you fools! Birds! It's aluminum! No two towers are gonna come down from an aluminum flying object. I mean, do we have to rebuild? No building ever had. I remember doing the research 15, 20 years ago, looking around buildings in France and I remember the one in France basically, but there were tons all over the place. They're showing burning buildings all over. None of them. The structure remained. The steel structure. Oh, but the jet fuel. No, that's been proven wrong. Bullshit. 20 strangest historical coincidence ever that will creep you out. Yeah, there's a ton of that if you ever want to watch that. I thought there was one other, but I might be done. This is Disney continues. It's fun because I just mentioned Disney continues to trend today on social media sites like Twitter. Twitter, this is old. Uh, I don't know. Sometimes I go through my phone, and the stories and memes have taken on a life of their own. This is probably the biggest story in the world right now. The particular meme should send a shiver down your spine. Epstein under Disney. Yeah, under Disney's castle. Sure. Oh, it's another funny. I'll never let you go. Trump is the iceberg. The other thing about the Titanic, and then I think I'll end it, and what I was looking for before Joe told me he had no time, he was almost on top of the FBI, was I'm usually very good with taking pictures. As you can see, a lot of this shit is out of my phone. Um, it was a picture of, it might be in my computer. It was a picture of, see, the Titanic was the sister ship to, see, that's why I wanted to look it up because I can't remember her name. I want to say it began with a V, like Venus. Let's just pretend the sister ship's name is Venus. It is not. I'm positive it's probably not, at least. But there were specific pictures of that ship, which they said was gone. You know, they had taken it apart because they had built the Titanic. What they really did is covered up the old ship with new stuff, including that electromagnetic hatch, I'm supposing. You know, they probably threw that in there for shiznits and giggles, right? But I saw the pictures. I have been studying pictures a lot. So I couldn't prove back then if they were real, but now, fuck yes, yes, yes. I've gotten better. Um, like this picture itself is a certain type of black and white. Am I familiar with the name? Is it gonna be, oh, it's on the tip of my tongue. See, I'm still studying it, but I could tell that this is like these are original pictures. And from the 1900s to the 1940s, this type was like there's sepia, there's tintype, there's a bunch of them. Like sepia has that reddish color if you ever see it. That's what I'm trying to study with Tartaria, which reminds me, I know I go off the I go everywhere, right? Dana has the greatest stuff to show us. I'm just hoping we don't get taken off or dropped. I mean, like that other video. Why not take out the 10 fucking minutes I talked about Sharon Raquel? Fuckers. Unless it's Q, then whatever. I don't know what the fuck you're doing to me anyhow. Like, I just give up. You know, I just do what I do now. I just give the hell up. Going back to the sister ship. They covered up this ship. I saw it with my own two eyes. There was about 2 or 3 pictures. I have it in my head. There was a huge panelings missing from the sides of the ship, and they were covering it up. Like, you know, I think it was around here. Could have been the other side, but it was pretty much on the front, nearer to the front. And I thought I had them, but I will find them. I don't think they're faked. I don't think they're faked. I don't I don't know why would somebody take a picture of it? Now the thing is, it might have been last minute work and it was a tourist or a family member that, of somebody getting on the ship or somebody getting on the ship themselves because it was like right there and then when the ship was being um people were boarding. Or there were a lot of people around it. See, I mean, this honestly, this was like 7, 8 years ago. So I'm remembering from my head, and I remember it was a sepia picture. It was reddish tones, which would fit because they ended about 1920s, I believe. There's a lot to go over, people. But do I believe half of this shit? Do I believe that Trump talked to NASA? Yeah. Do I believe NASA was in space? No. Do I believe Trump knows it? Yes. Trump knows it. We have to wake up, but Trump has to look surprised just like anybody else, right? He has to play the game just like anybody else. So I don't see it like him saying whatever he says. And like Trump is involved with this, with the NASA, with the whole, he is, but not really. Not really, because we have our own Space Force. Think about it. Where'd Space Force go? Right? Right? Is there something Space Force is up to? And a lot of people that believe in the flat Earth believe that they can't make it through the firmament. I just find this is all very amusing. It's like 2006 and 2026 rather, and we don't know where the fuck, if we're coming or going. We don't know if we're seeing what's real because anything that they're doing, I could create with AI to a degree. I guarantee I could keep doing AI until I made it look so effing real, I could fool you all. Okay? If I kept doing it and doing it. Now, I'm using a $150 app for the year, a couple other ones. You know, it's not cheap, but it's nothing like 50 to $100,000 technology. It was so funny. Some guy put up, some guy put up, I told you I'd find a picture of Iran holding hands, the people holding hands around the nuclear facilities. I'm like, and what it was like a picture of the 80s. You could obviously tell they're in the 80s, and it's like, holding hands across America, like that kind of shit. It was very obviously these people were dressed in the it's like early 80s. You take something like that and you could make it look like Iranians protecting a power plant. Why would an Iranian protect a power plant? Like they don't want the regime. They don't want that fucking regime. They want simple philosophy, simple democracy, and simple lives and freedom. Because every person wants freedom. Unless you're ignorant. Ignorant is bliss, man. Okay, I think I'm done. There's a couple other things I wanted to look up, but before the show, I meant. I do have, let me see. Oh, I don't want to do this now. Okay, so I start things and I forget and I move on because meh. So one of the last lives I was mentioning that about Hillary, and I'm not sure where I was going with it. I know where I was going with it. I don't know where I was coming from, but we were told that conspiracists believe that people that were taken, funny, funny words, um, ethics, linguista. I'm gonna study more of that too. My brain doesn't stop. That they were either got a shot in the back of the head or a shot in the arm, right? I'm getting hot again. And that was the way that they were decided to die. And and it seems to be a bunch of us because I'm seeing it more and more. Mama Helen told me first, and I believed it way back when that Hillary was actually hanged instead. Now, if you remember, and I do have pictures, they're very distant pictures, but if you do remember the whole January 6th thing right before that, that was another fake. That wasn't even Nancy. I tell people it's Nancy Pelosi. It wasn't. It was us. It was the good guys, okay? Before January 6th, they started building fences around the White Capitol. Was it around the White House too? I don't remember. But do you remember this? Am I the only one? And a lot of conspiracists said, yeah, well, they're getting hanged. They're getting hanged. And I'm like, well, no, we were told, and we're pretty sure that it was either shot or a shot. Hanging is like, it's crude, old fashioned. Um, but more and more, and with that fence and everything being built at that time, conspiracists started believing at least Hillary Clinton was hanged. And there is a picture of this. It's a very distant picture. I mean, I don't even know if I could tell at all. But it makes sense with the timing. Everything seems to add up that it makes sense that that picture would be real. And what is said is that Trump watched Hillary being hanged and she wouldn't die. The beast would not die. It was so horrific. She was trying to survive. She was doing I don't know what the hell happened. Use your imagination, your worst imagination. But Trump didn't watch any of the other executions, just that one. I always said that I think a woman would have been the head of everything. I don't believe it's Hillary Clinton, but she has to have been. She's worse than Bill. She's worse than Bill. You have to be really demonic. I mean, okay, so these people, not only do they rape and torture little children, they also eat their flesh and cut them. I mean, you gotta be fucking demonic. Now, Bill, he was too dumb, is what I mean, it was Hillary was the planner, is what I think. And Hillary, I don't know why they picked Obama instead of Hillary. Well, I do know why, because that got the blacks involved in it. See, the cabal even the Illuminati absolutely voted. We didn't. They did, right? We didn't vote Obama in. The only person we voted in was Trump, and that's because the good guys voted him in for us. None of the voting machines were none of it was real. I mean, I'm sure that they got our signatures and our they know who we are, you know, from our phones they could tell who they are. There was that Canadian girl, Cheryl, shared it with me. I always forget her name. Jancy, I always forget her name, but she informed us. She happened to find that they found that pilot, which I don't think went missing, but they found that pilot with technology using technology that picked up his heartbeat, not his cell phone. I have it in the posts section. Not any other equipment, not any other tech. They found him by his heartbeat. That's biological, people. Um, People got scared when Elon Musk, I'm going to say this last thing and end it. People got scared when Elon Musk said, "Oh, well, we're going to put technology with humanity and we're going to be all intertwined and and I'm so scared." Oh yeah? What do you think they're doing with the wounded warriors? Do you think a wounded warrior is gonna care that he's got a little chip inside his brain that tells his hand what to do? Don't think technology also scary. There's a lot of good coming. I just don't know all the answers, guys. If you think that there was a moon landing, I'd like to hear it. All right. Was lots of fun. I was in a mood. I'm sorry for all the cussing. I just do. I get in such a mood when my husband is gone. I don't know what that's about. Well, maybe because I have to deal with everything. You know what? They turned off. This was great. I walked the dog yesterday. I mean, what, 15 minutes? I walked the dog 15 minutes. I come back. There's a note on the door. The water will be off. I don't think that I'm gonna need to know that right the fuck away. But yet, 9 o'clock a.m. today, it went off. I didn't look at the date. I really, well, who the fuck tells you the day ahead? I mean, of course, if there's an emergency, the day ahead, I hate this fucking HOA. I hate these people, man. It's a dime in the rough back here. But it needs money and it needs somebody much younger than me to take care of it. These people sure can't. All right, guys. Love you. Maybe the water's back on by now. We'll go see because it'd be nice to relieve oneself. I'm kidding. You want to go for walkies though, don't you? You want to say goodbye? And now he went to sleep. You want to say goodbye? He's a cutie. Well, how old are we? Going to be 12? We're going to be 12. We'll be 12 in June. Yeah. Old man. Take care, all. Love you guys. Really do. Even though it doesn't always seem it.